All right, name is Tyler, aka Nanogenix, and today we're taking a look at a brand new Buuhan, a DFE, Dokkan pulling a Dragon Ball Legends. Now, of course, they've done this many a times, but bringing back Buuhan, who already has an LR, but making him a TUR. Always an interesting case for this. Obviously, I don't think we'll ever see them do this with anything that's probably not a villain. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to see, well, not a villain and not high profile. Like, we're not going to see Vegeta ever become a TUR again, I don't believe. Today, I do want to talk about this. We are reacting to the unit. Obviously, we've not seen the reaction. I am the one reacting. Not seen the actual animations yet. We're going to talk about his kit, and we're going to talk about a part 2 LR, because obviously him being in this slot has sparked a lot of conversation. And so I do want to take a look and discuss that a bit. We will be talking about his kit as well, because I just want to react to that. You know how we do. We always react to the kits, we always react to all of that. I always tend to do a run back because one playthrough is not good enough. So I actually went ahead and pulled up both. We pulled up both the JP and the global. So let's react to this first. Now, I will say, small plug, Shop Nanogenix, brand new Black Friday drop. This is a classic brought back and sort of reimagined. So link to it down below, or just shopnanogenix.com. Only making 1,000 of these. So dive in if you're wanting to pick one up. Also have a shirt you can check out over there, but I don't want to take any more of your time. Let's check this out. Okay, so I actually had not seen what the Saiban unit was. I kind of like this OST. Wait, whose OST is that? Okay. Always love me a Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. Okay. These actually are not bad at all. The interesting to compare them directly to the LR, but wait, does he do that? It's been so long since I've watched this. Does he actually go shirtless after he pulls? Oh, an inside Buu domain. Wait. Okay, wait, this is actually a really cool card. Wait a second. Ill surprise, is that what that was saying? Doom. Okay, wait, that was pretty cool. I didn't know what the spin was gonna be, but that was actually pretty cool. Why does this seem so much louder? Yeah, let me know, whose OST is this? Because it's not the Kai's, right? That wouldn't make sense. The Kai didn't do anything that would warrant an OST. There's no intro, there's no active, it's just a super attack. Hang on, am I tripping? Wait, right? Yeah, it's just a super. Just to make sure I wasn't tripping. I'm like, am I saying this and someone's gonna be like, Nano, that was clearly an intro skill. That was clear. You didn't see the active, man? L fell off. All right, here we go. Let's see this in Japanese. There is still something about it, though. It is a good animation, but there is something about it that you can tell, like, I don't know. It has moments that's got the sauce, and it has other moments where you're just kind of eating it dry. You know what I mean? This is so. How long does the main last? And him just like ripping. He's just completely ripping his shirt off, bro. Get inside me. That's actually a really cool domain, man. Yeah, dude. That's cool. I can't lie. That's really cool. Dude. All right, let's just take a look at his kit really quick, and then we'll talk about bringing up Mr. True DT, bringing up Mr. Goresh, some stuff to talk about. I just want to see his kit really fast, see how good this dude is. Power absorption, transformation boost, and then 200% is to artificial life forms or uncontrollable power. Let's look at the passive here. Making sure this looks big enough for you guys. It looks like it does. Key +2. We can still make it a little bit bigger. Why not? Anytime you can make it bigger, like, you might as well. There's no reason not to, right? All right, here we go. Power merged with Buu. Key +2 attacking equals 200%, guards all attacks, additional attack and defense plus 58% when attacking, additional attack and defense plus 100%, and high chance of preferring critical hit for the 6 turns from the start of battle. Okay, that's pretty sick. High chance of evading enemy attack, including super attack, and launch additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack starting from the 7th turn from the start of battle. Okay. Additional attack and chance of performing a crit plus 50%, and extreme class allies plus key plus 2 attacking plus 50% when there's another power absorption or transformation boost category ally attacking the same turn. The more HP remaining when the character receives an attack for the first time in a turn, the greater is passive. Dude, what the hell is this passive, bro? The more HP remaining when the character receives an attack for the first time in a turn, the greater the additional defense boost received within the turn, up to 150%. He does have BBB. Like that's the important one there. Active here is body absorption can be activated when all allies attacking in the same turn in power absorption category characters, or starting from the 6th turn from the start of battle. Oh, so you can just use it. You can use it frame 1 as long as you're running power absorption. Creates the domain inside Majin Buu and transfers the character's consciousness inward for 3 turns. You get this for 3 turns. Okay. Well, so far he sounds obviously very good. Very good. TUR is always going to be a little bit, you know, limited in terms of versus, you know, an LR, but yeah. All right. Greatly raise attack and even store in turn and cause misdamage to enemy. Okay. Inside Majin Buu, this is the domain effect here. Power absorption, transformation boost category enemies and allies attack and defense plus 15%. Majin Buu Saga category enemies and allies attack and defense plus 15%. Okay. And here we go. Here's the Super Buu, application of skills and intelligence. So that's supposed to be ill, right? That's a capital I and 2 lowercase L's. Okay, demonic maze. Let's see. Heal plus 6, attack and defense plus 300%, plus additional attack plus 100% when attacking, reduces and received by 70%. Changes AGL key spheres to tech key spheres, plus additional defense plus 40% receiving an attack, and chance to perform a critical hit plus 5% per key sphere obtained. Launches additional super with 3 or more key spheres obtained. Launches another additional super with 6 or more key spheres obtained. Launches additional super attack when there is a fused fighters category enemy. Recovers 30% HP at the end of turn. Ill surprise. Massively raises attack and causes miss damage with a high chance to what? Dokkan? Of stunning the enemy. Wow. You don't have my total Dokkan glasses on here to know if he's like number 1, but I would say he's what, probably easily 1 through 3 somewhere in there on top TURs in the game. All right, so the thing I wanted to talk about, there's 2 things I want to talk about. Let's start with this first. All right, so this is interesting. So this right here, please note that the new SSR characters who are available in the upcoming Super Dragon Ball Heroes crossover summon will not show up in this summon event. Characters belonging to the crossover category will also be available in summon event that is scheduled to become available in the near future. So this right here was either in a producer note or was in the news, right? This was it was something when the hero stuff was all coming out at the beginning of the month. And so we all presumed that the next release in the game after the hero stuff would be some sort of crossover character. So much so that Goresh went to the links of making a post like this, conspiracy theory, but he did say probably not happening, but would be crazy. It's looking like there's a high chance that Dokkan may be dropping some type of crossover banner later this month in the same slot that Dokkan Fest 21 came out, which is right here. So this was the same slot that Buuhan is on right now. This is this exact same slot. This is who we got last year. Dragon Ball Legends has been pushing the newly introduced Weapon Wielder tag and mysteriously are giving LF Goku and Bardock unique equipment already. I think it's at least conceivable that we could see a collab between both games where Dokkan gets a Dokkan Fest Shallot and Legends gets a Trunks and Baby. Now, I wasn't totally on the same thing with this Trunks and Broly, but the idea of either a Dokkan Fest Shallot or even say Gohan Black from Sparking Zero, obviously I felt like we're on the table. So Buuhan now, because he isn't the crossover banner, and maybe that crossover banner was referring to the EZA banner where you could, you know, summon all the crossover characters through the EZA. If someone knows the full timeline of that, you can let me know if that has already been debunked. But clearly, this isn't a crossover character. This isn't Gohan Black. This isn't Shallot. This isn't, you know, another fighter's character. This isn't any type of crossover character. This is just Buuhan, right? So this has now sparked part 2 rumors, or not sparked 2 rumors. That's silly to say rumors, but sparked 2 speculation. It always is. We can't. As humans, we can't. We'll get the 10th anniversary part 1 units. We'll use them for 10 minutes and immediately start being like, okay, so who are they going to drop in 2 more weeks for part 2? It's just how it works. You know what I mean? So many of you guys are like, just enjoy it, and I agree it, but it's just so hard to not speculate who will be next. So Truth tweets out, I'll take 5 copies of Carnival LR Super Vegito on December 12th. Now, obviously, I think this is a little bit of a funny post from Mr. The Truthy T, because in all reality, and we're about to discuss this, I'm about to dive into this, do we really think that they're going to give up Super Vegito, who hasn't had a character since the worldwide celebration in 2020 for a carnival slot that will get power crept in about 6 weeks, right? Because global players, welcome to the JP timeline, which is the canon timeline of how things totally release. And that character that releases in 2 weeks, this character releasing in 2 days, will be power crept to hell when 10th anniversary is here. Like, as much as I'm not really someone to tell you how to spin your stones and summon and do all of that, all these characters that we're summoning for right now are fun to use for now and will have usability later on. And you don't always need the new shiny fun thing, aka the 10th anniversary, but the power that these 10th anniversaries are going to have compared to anything we're summoning for, even right now when we're barely 8 weeks out, is not going to be comparable. You guys know how this works, and 10th anniversary even more so I think will be crazy. So with that in mind, this is a very interesting one. They've already announced that the new Battlefield LR is going to be Analaza. And so 2 years ago in 2022, that's when we got the Carnival, I keep wanting to say Carnival, but the Battlefield Hachiyak, and then they gave us the Carnival Goku with friends, but of course it was just called a Super Saiyan Goku. Still a mishap on that, given the fact we just got a Super Saiyan Goku like 3 months before this. So I pulled up the last few-ish years, right? All the way back to 2019. So here's exact same slot for Buuhan, again, canonical timeline, because he didn't release until April 2nd on on global. But on the JP side, this guy released in this exact time slot. And then guess what we got 2 weeks later? Guess what? Super Saiyan Goku that followed suit. It was thematic. Then you go into 2020, we got Bojack, and guess what we got as the December LR, because there wasn't carnivals yet, but the December LR on the double rate banner was Super Saiyan 2 Bojack Gohan, followed suit. Then in 2021, we got the Androids, incredible OST, by the way. I absolutely love the Androids OST. I remember I was live for my subathon during this when this dropped. And we spent many hours listening to that OST and going crazy. That OST was just a ton of fun. Maybe I was also a little sleep deprived because I was in the middle of a subathon. But then the part 2 LR for them was actually cohesive. It made sense. However, we then get here. And right, these games are very habitual. They usually don't change too much. We get a Saiyan Saga, Yamcha, Earthbred Fighters, all of that. And the part 2 LR is this. No relation, right? I mean, maybe you could, you Charlie it and you've got like everything on the wall and you're like, but here's the pieces and no, okay, there's no real like connection here. Then you fast forward to just last year where we get the Fighters TUR into a Fighters unit, right? Surely, no, oh no, Android 13 Trio Saiyans. So I don't think that saying a Kid Buu is off the table, but or even I guess a Super Vegito. I think he's 10th anniversary. I think it makes sense. He will have not been around. I mean, he's not been around for literal 4. It's been over 4 years, and at that point, we're approaching 4.5 years. Actually, almost on the dot. 4.5 years since the last Super Vegito in the game entirely, in any form at all. I think it's time to get a new one. So I don't think he's here. I think it's the perfect time to do Kid Buu. But at the same time, I also don't know that it will be related to Majin Buu Saga or Buuhan at all. So with that said, let me know who you think the part 2 will be. I think that Super Vegito is copium, and I don't want it to be. I'm so serious. When you look at what these guys do and compare them to Beast, compare them to Gogeta, compare them to Broly, compare them to the Gammas, they are just on a different tier above all 4 of those characters, above this character. So ultimately, do you want to know who I think it is? I think if there was a singular character that deserved to be this card right here and be our part 2, I think it should be her. I think 100% you give Kefla the LR. Now, I just don't, I don't think Kefla's anniversary level. No offense to the Kefla fans. I think though that she deserves an LR. I think that it's been a long time since they visited her as well, right? Her last character was in 2021, right? Does that sound? No way. Hang on, Caulifla. No way. Hang on, let's see. Where are they at? Caulifla and Kel. Yes, 2021 was the last time Kefla had representation in the game, besides her EZAs and like stuff like that. But as a true new character, it's been 3 years. So the fact that we're getting Analaza, I don't think like any other character makes sense. The character that makes the most sense with him is literally the Int LR, Android 17 and friends. And I just don't think they would revisit this moment right now. Like, this just got an EZA. This is the Anti-Laza moment. So my best guess is if you're going to go back to the Universe Survival Saga, back to the Tournament of Power, you do Kefla. That's just like, that's where my head is at. So that's what I think. You can let me know down below who you think it is. Could be Kid Buu, could be Vegito, could be Kefla, could be pretty much anything. Could be Jiren and he comes back on JP, or could be, actually, you know what? Big brain. They'll just drop Jiren featured on the banner. They'll drop a new Kefla, and that is how they finally give global Jiren. They give JP Jiren back as a featured unit on a double rate banner, and they introduce a new LR with it. That big brain play here. Jiren just gets put on global at the same time as he comes back on JP, and it's this massive banner with Kefla and Jiren, or another TOP character and Jiren, and that's where we're at. That, I bet, is actually what could happen, because I don't know where else they put Jiren between now and then, because unless it's like a mid-January thing, but that sucks for global players, right? Because essentially, if you don't know the canon timeline, we're gonna get an LR now in roughly 2.5 weeks. Then about 2 weeks after that, we'll have the New Year's celebration units. It'll be a dual Dokkan Fest, and then nothing in January until on the 30th, 29th, 30th, when the new 10th anniversary LRs drop. And so, which is why they always give January that kind of sort of like brief period of nothing happening, because they know at the end of the month there are the new game defining units for the next essentially year that will likely have new mechanics and all kinds of new stuff. So they are at least like merciful to us in January, and they don't drop anything until those 10th anniversary units drop. And then you know you're in for a ride, because you're gonna get basically 4 LRs in the span of 2.5 weeks. You know what I mean? So anyways, that's how this plays out. So I think the most generous thing they could do, they're not generous, so this might be like cope. The most generous thing they can do is do a Universe Survival Saga banner, give Jiren to global at the same time as they're giving JP and global a new LR, make the same banner on both versions. Boom, you're good to go. So that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think they're gonna do. Let me know who you think it's gonna be. I think it'll be more related to Anti-Laza and not related to Buuhan, but I can say anything's kind of on the table based on the past of this game. More importantly though, you can click on another video over there, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.